the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? From the west. HBCU better than yours. HBCU better than yours. From the swag, from the MEAC, CAA or the SEAC. HBCU is where to be. We could be, but we still family. Woo! What up, everybody? What's really good? What's really happening for a Sunday evening? We are live, March 9, 2025. Bum, 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 bum. And you are now tuned into the HBCU Man Cave. Listen, where we uplift, educate, and celebrate the legacy and excellence of HBCUs as a band of brothers. Now, this is a safe space for men to relate, relax, and release. And if you weren't with us last week, we did something a little different and unique, and we're going to keep the party going. But before I do that and introduce what we're doing for the day, let me bring on the band of brothers into the Man Cave today. Y'all show some love, make some noise for Shane Kane and Kevin Keys the third.
What's up, man?
The peekaboo was insane. It was absolutely insane.
What up, though?
What up, though? What up, though?
It's been a minute since we all been on the screen together.
I know.
Yes, it has.
Listen, I got Shane. I got Kevin over here.
What's up?
Got Shane over here. What up? Kevin, you looking all fresh face. What's going on, bro?
Listen, back from vacation, back from just relaxing, releasing, and just prioritizing my mental health. So I say that I'm back. I got a lot coming down the pipeline. You know, I tell you that towards the end, but there's so much going on, and I'm just like excited to just be back in America and just. Well, I never thought I'd
back in America.
But I'm excited and I'm just ready to take on the world now.
Okay. Well, we'll find a little bit later on in the show doing our Habari Gani. What's happening? Shane, bro. Now listen. Now last week you gave me this old sugar bear. I'm growing the beard in, and now you're looking like the new freshman.
Look like he's fresh off the line.
Listen, you know how you got to get the roll in and get little patches, filled out. You know what I'm saying? So this is my last time doing this. Getting them, and getting it groomed up. So one last fresh cut, and when y'all see me, I'll be looking good. I'm gonna be looking good.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, just in case if you didn't know, if you are going to be in the Charlotte, North Carolina area on March 21st, 22nd, and the 23rd, you can roll up and holler at your boys, but don't yell. You have a chance to meet the HBCU Man Cave live and in person. We will be at the La Meridian Sheraton Hotel during the weekend for two things. We'll be in town for the Profound Gentleman Community Impact Assembly Conference, as well as the Black College Invitational Championship that's going on in Charlotte. So listen, we're going to be outside.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to be outside in the neighborhood. We might be on the campus of Johnson C. Smith. We may be at the Bojangles Coliseum. We may be just in the neighborhood where we may pop up. So just pull up on me. Okay, pull up on us and holler at your boy, but don't yell. Again, March 21st, 22nd, 23rd, we will be in Charlotte, Queen City, y'all.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
Yeah,
we're gonna be in it, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get started, Shane.
Yes, sir.
What's in your cup?
Today I went light.
Oh, we're light today.
Yeah, just a little bit of Ciroc with some cranberry juice. And top it off with some ice, just
okay.
Slick. Yeah.
And Kevin, you got anything special today, or you just?
I have Ice Mountain.
And I have nothing. Normally I have a Gatorade, but I'm out of Gatorade and everything. I'm tripping.
He said Ciroc. I said vodka.
He like he's
So,
open.
like, y'all know I don't do too much of that.
No, y'all know, Kevin's he's world traveled now, so he doesn't even just do.
Oh,
that's beneath him now.
oh, wow. Okay.
I don't
Oh,
do
anyway,
vodka.
listen, fellas. So, Kevin, last month, last week you weren't here. Well, you've been missing the action a couple weeks. But so this month is Women's History Month. And for that, we decided for the month of March, my bad, for the month of March, we are going to celebrate. I know, right? Listen, speaking of time, don't even go in there with that hour. That spring forward that messed me up today. But anyway, March, we are celebrating and recognizing and honoring women, especially women of color, this month here on the HBCU Man Cave. So here we are. We are welcoming another wonderfully talented, amazing, vivacious. Listen, you know how you do in church? Like I always say, she can probably preach her own sermon and sing her own song.
Hey, I ain't got my
Please put your hands together and welcome attorney Stephanie Morales. Now, listen,
Hi.
we're gonna just cut. I'm just gonna cut you to the chase, Stephanie. We're gonna just take a deep dive. We're gonna just spend some time. So here we go. Now we are watching. We're live. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Hey y'all, what's happening? Make sure you hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, right? But for those who are here, now Stephanie, we're gonna take a time and we're gonna learn a little bit about who you are, where you come from. But then, like last week's show, we were able to provide some consultation. So somebody may have some quick advice. It just happened like, hey, since we had a dentist on the line, baby, they start asking all kinds of questions. Like, what kind of dental floss should I use? What kind of oral, I got gingivitis. What should I do next? Or I got the yuck mouth. I mean, it was all kinds of questions happening. So,
I missed it. I'd have been over here laughing.
It was hilarious. I mean, Shane even brought out the sample. He's like, I use this kind of mouthwash.
Dude, I brought everything out.
Stephanie, how are you today, love?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
We are great. Now listen, let's share with everybody. Rep your HBCU. I didn't even do all the background and history. So let's let everybody know, what HBCU do you represent?
Norfolk State University. Behold the green and gold.
Come on! Come on!
I'm gonna add to it. The Spartans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now behold the green
Yeah.
and gold. Now, wait, were you in the band?
Oh yes, Spartan Legion, Hot Ice Section. That means I was a dancer.
Okay. Let's
Right.
go. You better be out there doing the 1, 2, 5,
Okay.
6. Did she just bust a move on us real quick? Were you by chance? Were you captain by chance?
Hmm?
Were you captain?
No, I was not.
Okay. All right. I thought you did.
I was still in the front though.
Oh. Okay.
She said leaders don't lead from the back.
She said
Okay.
to clear the air.
All right, so listen, let's get started, fellas. And again, fellas, y'all can jump in anytime, and we can ask this wonderful lady all about who she is and her career. But Stephanie, first, but let's just start. Let's go back. All we're gonna do go back. What got you to Norfolk State?
Wow. So I am second generation Norfolk State University Spartan. Both of my parents graduated from Norfolk State University, and my mother works at Norfolk State University. So I have a very deep connection with Norfolk State. I've been visiting since I was a child. And now I'm so proud that both of my sons are matriculating at Norfolk State University. So we believe in tradition. But also, I just love the university, and I had my own personal connection when I visited. And one of the things that really brought me in was I went to high school band camp. And that was where I determined, okay, I'm going to be on hot ice. I'm going to go to Norfolk State University. And then I also was fortunate enough to receive a Thurgood Marshall scholarship, where I was able to have a full scholarship, didn't have to worry about any student loans. So all of that came together to make Norfolk State an ideal place for me. And I graduated in 3 years.
Come on. Come on, 3-year program. I mean, speaking of, so did you take like college credit plus classes in high school to prepare
I
you for
did.
that?
I did. I took all the. I think I started off in high school classes in the 8th grade. So by the time I got to high school, I took every college class that was offered that I could take. And by the time I got to Norfolk State University, I had about a year's worth of credits. So I was able to graduate a year early. And I took 2 years off in between law school because I had my 2 sons. And then I started law school when they were 5 months and going on 2.
Ooh, bless your heart. How did this? Oh my gosh.
It turned out fine.
I mean, look where
It
you
turned out fine.
Well, I mean, yeah. Ooh, that was rough.
Black women are so amazing.
That mother said she could bring home the bacon and fried too.
Yeah, it turned out well. I mean, and they are on the same path in terms of their education. One is about to graduate from Norfolk State at 20, just like I did, and the other came in with an associate's degree, and he just crossed Omega Psi Phi last weekend. In the Pi Gamma class.
Hey, I just think I saw a picture of you and your son on Instagram.
Yeah,
I seen that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
So proud.
And both of them are in Norfolk?
Both of them are at Norfolk State.
Listen, y'all better keep it in the family.
We keeping it in the family. So proud. So proud.
I like that. I like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank
what is
you.
something that you learned, or what was that one lasting life lesson that you gained from your experience at NSU?
So, we always hear people say you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That was where I learned the importance of preparation. I've been elected now, and I know we'll get into it, for over 10 years. I got elected when I was 31 years old to Commonwealth attorney, which is a DA. And so now I'm 41. And for college students who are listening, that sounds a little old, but in my profession, in the legal profession, 31 is extremely young to be stepping into the role of elected Commonwealth attorney or elected DA. And I was able to handle that and be ready and prepared to really lead because of the foundation that I got at Norfolk State University. And of course, from my family and my parents, that you have to be prepared and you have to be ready for any opportunity that may come your way.
Wow.
Mm.
All right,
I'm over here.
Go ahead. Like, I done got caught up. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm here for it. All right. Go ahead, Shane.
So just hearing your age and the age that you stepped into that role, right? Now, how important is networking in the legal field? And did your HBCU Connects help you in that profession?
So it's critically important. We are the company we keep. And it's not just about people who can help us, but it's about who can we help and who can we stand arm in arm with. Right. And so a lot of the work that I've been able to do in my journey to this position, it's been because of relationships, not just, again, with people who are professors. And that was very important just to get into law school, but the people who are going to be side by side with me working towards getting where I needed to be, and the people who are serving with me as I do the work that I do. So I have people who have worked on my campaign who are sorority sisters, people who graduated from Norfolk State University, just all committed to a common goal of seeing our communities thrive. And that was one thing, that foundation was laid at Norfolk State University. We were cared for, we were cared about, we were poured into, and all of that really gave me the confidence to lead from a place where I don't treat people the way the system, the criminal legal system, has treated people in communities of color, but I'm proud and strong enough to lead in the way that I think is correct, with community first, and really trying to undo some of the harms that have been done to communities of color by my profession.
Oof.
All right, shout out to sorority real quick, everybody.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
So I have a question because so this week my kids was doing a project and they had to interview me, and one of the questions that I kept hearing that they were so infatuated with was the fact that I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Mm-hmm. And they said, how did my fraternity help me get to where I'm at now? So I'm going to ask you the same question, because I know I got students that's currently watching right now. So I want to ask you, what What are some things and some ways that your sorority helped you to get to where you're at, now?
So I can't even name, first of all, I was raised by a Delta woman and an Omega man. So the influence of our Divine Nine organizations, it's all through my life. We are rooted in service. We are rooted in community. We are all about the business of the betterment of our people. And so I was just raised that way, first of all. And my favorite soror, my mother, she instilled these values in me, but I can't even name the sorority sisters of mine who have been critically important in my life. My dean of political science, the liberal arts department when I was at Norfolk State University, Dean Brodus Gay, she was a Delta. The president of Norfolk State University now, Dr. Javon, she is a Delta. So there are limitless Delta women who are just setting the example first and foremost, but just personally in my life, they are always standing at the ready to, again, do the work of the community. And, my values are aligned with what we are about as a sorority. And they always step up to help, whether it is on the political side, in their individual capacity, or whether it is in a service-oriented way through our sorority. They step up left and right to ensure that we're giving back. And so I can't, it's just hard to nail it down. But I want to say, we always talk about, people think about what can I get from somebody, but I just know that my sorority has created countless opportunities for me to give back and for me to understand the best way and the best structure in which to format my own programming that I've put in place in my office that's been up and running for over 10 years. So Delta is through and through. And again, all of our D9 organizations, they just have an imprint on my life from the moment I came into this world. I was being raised by people who had that same foundation.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, not only is attorney Stephanie Morales, which, proud graduate of the Behold the Green and the Gold from Norfolk State University, a legacy of Delta Sigma Theta, a mother of 2 scholars at her alma mater right now, but she also was Miss Norfolk State University. So we got royalty again in the room. Come on.
Come on now. Y'all gonna bring me back to my days now.
Thank you.
So
yeah.
what was it like first when you heard your name? When they said you were the winner, what was it like?
Well, it was amazing. I mean, it was an opportunity once again to serve. I know I hope this doesn't sound corny. But the way I was raised, it's about more than just yourself. And so it was an opportunity to represent the university that meant so much to me. And so that was really special. It was, of course, I'm competitive. I'm not gonna cut that short. I'm very competitive. I didn't compete in that pageant not to win. But really hearing my name called, it was like, okay, it's time to represent the university well. It's time to step out and really show the community at large what Norfolk State University is about. And I had already been representing the university as Hot Ice with the Spartan Legion Marching Band, as a Thurgood Marshall Scholar. And so to represent as Miss Norfolk State University, it just felt amazing. It just felt like, again, something bigger than me, be a part of something bigger than me as an individual.
Okay. Wow. I know you probably, I don't even ask the question about you going back to homecoming, but did you ever have an opportunity to network and connect with the next with the next, I don't know, do the queens get together and do something, or I don't know?
Yes. So we all I engage in so many ways. We do have our little group of queens of Norfolk State royalty, not just the queens now, but the kings as well. The first Mr. Norfolk State University was 2002, 2003, which is my year. His name is Anthony Washington, a brother of Omega Psi Phi as well. And so we now have a Spartan royalty group that we keep in touch with each other as much as we can. But I engage with the university. The political science department calls me when they get ready. I've been the Constitution Day speaker for the university twice. I go up to the university and engage. I was just a special coach. I think it was a guest basketball coach. And I have 5 Norfolk State University interns in my office presently who are doing their internships at the Portsmouth Commonwealth Attorney's Office. So I'm very proud of my engagement with Norfolk State University and with the students. And I really try to make sure that they understand that we are expecting them to be the future leaders of every system of power. So I want to see a Norfolk State University graduate or an HBCU graduate come and take over my position, because I'm not doing this thing forever.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I've did it for 10 years right now. I'm trying to groom the next generation.
Okay. Like I need you guys. So in every opportunity I have to engage and to let them know, again, that this is my responsibility and one day it will be theirs. I'm taking on everything that I can.
Okay. All right. So what inspired you to pursue a career in law?
So, when you're a little kid and you say that's not fair, and people tell you like you're not supposed to say that, that I just threw that out the window. I always cared about fairness. And I actually have a children's book. It's called The Day I Became a Lawyer. It actually tells the story of how my mom took me to visit court, introduced me to the legal system. And I had a very talkative personality, in case you can't tell. And so that environment where there was a lot of action and a lot of talking, it just resonated with me. And I decided, I think I was about 6 years old when I said I'm going to be a lawyer. But that concept of fairness and justice has always resonated with me. It never went away. And so as I got older and I learned about prosecution and the things that we have seen now play out on the national stage, I had the energy and the vision and the values to take on this position. And, there was nothing that was going to stop me, as long as my community is with me, from carrying this mission out.
And listen, I want to let everybody know real quick, just in case, if it may have come out, but I just want to make sure I say it out loud. Fellas, Stephanie is the first woman to be elected Commonwealth's attorney for the city of Portsmouth and is the chief law enforcement officer in her city. So we're talking history right here. Right here. Right here.
Get more and more starstruck as we sit on, like, we just sit here. Like, I'm just not gonna lie, and I just said it earlier, and I don't know if anybody caught it, but just like, man, Black women are amazing.
Oh yeah, you
like,
do.
Like, I'm just in awe. Like, I'm just.
Thank you.
I should have reached out to you. I was down there in Portsmouth, in my ship.
Anytime.
So yeah.
So what does it mean to be Commonwealth's attorney? What does that mean?
Yeah.
So that is the district attorney. Yeah, if you're in, most of the states call it the DA, the district attorney, the state's attorney. If you're in DC, it's the attorney general. So it is the chief prosecutor for any locality. So for my city, I'm the elected chief prosecutor responsible for all of the prosecutors in the city of Portsmouth, all of the victim witness professionals, and all of the administrative professionals under my administration.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So crimes, when you hear of murders, police involved shootings. That is something that I have personally taken on, police accountability. In my very first term, within 3 months, we had an African-American 18-year-old young man, William Chapman II, who was killed by a police officer in our city. I indicted him. I first chaired that case, meaning I tried that case myself, a year of pretrial motions, a week-long jury trial, which resulted in a voluntary manslaughter conviction, and that police officer going to prison. That was back in 2015 when the incident happened, and he was convicted in 2016. So those are the types of matters that my office handles and that I personally have handled in the administration of my duties as Commonwealth attorney.
Okay, y'all, she busy. Wait. That's
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a busy. I mean, stationed in Virginia for about 5 years. I know what the state of Virginia is all
Mm-hmm.
about, and I
Yeah.
know what the city of Portsmouth. I know what the city of Newport News and all the other rest on that side.
Oh, listen, we already. We ain't talked about this Lynchburg.
Right. So, I mean, that is crazy. Because that's a lot of hours that you have to put in each and every day, because that city is.
Yeah, don't come for Portsmouth too much.
Okay, how long?
I'm born and raised in Portsmouth. I'm a Portsmouth girl through and through, so I'm built to handle it.
So now wash your mouth.
I wasn't coming from Portsmouth too hard. Now. I wasn't.
Listen, the attorney about to put you in timeout. Did you catch it? Did you catch it?
Oh, I caught it. I caught it.
You better go
sound
back
like how I sounded when people talk about Detroit. Like, wait a minute.
Hey, hold on now. Shane, you better go back and see what's in your cup. Because what you not gonna do.
But I do have a follow-up question for that though. How do you use your platform as an attorney to uplift and support not only Portsmouth, because you're on that statue, but other communities, surrounding communities?
So my work is, at the national level at this point. There are a number of things. The police shooting case is one that put me in contact with a lot of organizations. But I have sustainable programming where I literally have changed the way we do business. And so one of the programs is called Control Alt Delete, where we have been going into the prison and hosting seminars in the community to reduce recidivism and to engage with our community members who are incarcerated. Because as a Commonwealth attorney, our duties are not just to lock people up. We have a responsibility even to those who are charged with crimes. And another program is called the Future Leaders Initiative. This past week, we had high school students take a field trip to the office. We've been doing that for 10 years, either through field trips or in the summertime, and have touched probably over 300 to 400 young people, about 10 of whom are now attorneys, licensed attorneys in different states. So the work has been something that has been important to me to do it in a certain type of way. And because of the community engagement, that has gone beyond the city of Portsmouth. There have been students who have come from other jurisdictions. We've had mentors, relationships with students who are in different states. When we were in COVID, we had a group that would meet every week virtually from all around the country. So I serve on national boards. One of those boards is called Local Progress, and that is an organization that services around 1,500 national, locally elected officials. So any elected official from city council to school board to district attorneys who serve at the local level, I'm on the national board for that organization. And regionally, I'm on the board for Legal Aid Society of Southeastern Virginia, I believe. So there are a number of ways that I engage, both as Commonwealth's attorney, as a legal professional, and I'm also an adjunct law professor at William & Mary Law School, which is where I graduated. So the work doesn't stop. The grind to really, again, build the future generation of leaders who are going to come at, not just the work itself, but undoing those harms and really trying to address what's happened to communities of color and breaking up Black families as a result of incarceration that is not making us safer. I'm down to do it. So that engagement is kind of all over the map.
So I'm glad you said that, because see, now I have a question. I wasn't going to ask it because it's a fully loaded question, but now that you mentioned incarceration, now I am compelled to ask it. So when I was scrolling on my social media once, and I seen a alarming statistic of that there were 4 people that was put inside of a study, and it was 2 white people, 2 Black people, and they both was 2 people of each. I mean, one of each race was given a record, and the white man who did not have a record was 34% more likely to get a call back from work. A white man with a record was 17% more likely, while a Black man with no record was only 14% more likely, while a Black man with a record was only 5% likely. I bring that statistic up to ask you, how do you utilize your platform to address that there is a mass incarceration issue? And if we have so many Black men incarcerated, is there any rehabilitation program? Do we try to break the stigma with the community to know that once you are incarcerated and you go through the rehabilitation process, you should be able to transfer back into general population without being judged or without not being able to get a job? I mean, if a felon can become president of the United States, I would assume that we should have a better opportunity to get a job. So, like, are we using our platform like to make sure that we break that stigma?
Yes, so that is what my Control Alt Delete program is all about. And to be clear, I started that program solely for the purpose of making it clear that if my office and the prosecutors are in support of people who have been convicted of crimes and formerly incarcerated, being able to get jobs and not face food and housing insecurity when they come out of incarceration, but that they get to contribute to our community, there's no reason why anybody else should not support their reintroduction into our community. But beyond that, you just have to, it has to be called out. As a prosecutor, I have to say my profession has been harmful to our communities with over incarceration. And there is research that has been done that says that we are simultaneously incarcerating more and becoming less safe. So there is not a positive correlation between incarceration and safety. In fact, we become more incarcerated and we become less safe. So at the outset, before we're incarcerating people, we should be looking at alternatives. Is there a diversion opportunity for somebody not even to get a conviction? Is there a behavioral health issue? Is there a mental health related issue? And are we utilizing incarceration as a last result when someone is truly a danger to the community? Or are we allowing the system to continue to operate as it has because that's all we know? And so I have openly talked about all of these issues for years. I've done briefings before Congress to talk about these issues. I've participated with, advocating for the First Step Act at the national level. I've participated with advocating at the state level for ending mandatory minimums, for free and automatic expungements, and for marijuana decriminalization and legalization in the state of Virginia. So I use my voice all the time in every way I possibly can to make it clear not only what my profession has done, but what we can do to really change the landscape of what this is doing to people of color, especially.
So I'm so glad. I'm sorry, y'all, but this
I
I think she's probably by far one of my favorites.
I'm over here.
This is what I do. I'm a politician, everything, like educator, history teacher, and all that. So I love talking about this. So when we talk about the advocacy for rehabilitation and deciphering between how the healthcare industry can help with the mental health crisis that we're facing, are we actually creating more resources and allowing the people to know about the resources that is out there for mental health issues? Because I think that one of the biggest issues across the country is the lack of mental health resources. Even I'm seeing it even in the classroom. The most referrals inside of my school is physical aggression, and it's simply because we've taken out the social workers, we've taken out the SEL groups and all that out of the educational institutions. And and it starts at the development of a child. Damaged children equals damaged adults. So it's we have to start there. So I love that you include proactive measures by simply reaching out to the youth first and let them understand and seeing what is at stake and what we need to do and where we need to go. So my question to you is is there any job programs or anything that have been introduced to the state of Virginia for those who just got out of jail? I know that Virginia do something unique where someone in jail could possibly get a law degree. Correct me if I'm wrong. If they work hard enough for it, is that true?
No,
it's not true.
No.
Okay,
No.
so what can they
Now
do?
I don't know if not a law degree.
Okay.
Now I don't know if there could be some paralegal programs. That's a possibility.
Okay.
But Virginia is one of these states, it's a rare thing to have states that allow people to do online or asynchronous law programs. One of the things that Virginia does allow is for you to read law. And so I encourage all of the young people that I talk to go to law school, but there are sitting Commonwealth attorneys and judges in the state of Virginia who did obtain their law licenses by way of reading law, meaning they were able to study a coursework over the course of 2 years with attorney supervision, and then they were able to sit for the bar. Now, depending on someone's amount of time that they have in jail and whether there's an attorney who's interested, I won't say that they couldn't receive the opportunity to sit for the bar by way of reading law. But certainly there is not a law school program in the traditional sense in the Commonwealth of Virginia, unless one of those law schools has partnered and I just don't know about it. And if I find out, I most certainly will let you know. But there are usually opportunities for different types of certifications. I have seen people come out of incarceration with paralegal certifications, their independent coursework, and then other types of programs that they can have, like I've seen people study for CDL testing and different things of that nature. But one of the things that's really important to us with our Control Alt Delete program is we were able to, with the assistance of an advocate who worked on reintroduction to society for years, and he has passed away now. He provided us with a list of over 100 employers people who are coming directly out of incarceration could immediately go to seek employment. We were able to provide that to the prison that we went in for the very first time in 2016, I believe it was. So we try to directly place people with the resources, but I think all of our states could do a better job of really working to have an automatic system where people step out and they automatically have an ID and a license and all of their documentation. That can also be a barrier, and they can step out and go into employment. They can step out and have housing. That's another issue. A lot of public housing facilities don't allow people who were formerly incarcerated or convicted of certain crimes. And when they come out of prison, if their family members, their loved ones, their mothers, their wives, girlfriends, if they live in public housing and they can't come live with them, they're facing housing insecurity, and that creates another issue. So I could go on for days about all of the issues, but we've seen successful models. I know in upstate New York, there's a prison education program that some of the people in that program have been able to come out of prison and go and matriculate in Cornell. So, excellent models all around the country for really creating opportunities for people to get education and come out and be able to make money and live their lives and contribute to society, and most importantly, contribute to their families.
Okay. Well, Stephanie, I want to shift gears for just a moment and talk about some of the celebrations or some of the honors that you've accomplished in your time. Now, just recently, you were recognized by Forbes magazine as the Culture 50 Champions list. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you.
So let's talk about this whole honor and this recognition of being recognized in Forbes magazine.
Yeah, thank you. So that was really cool. And one of the things that made it so cool and so special to me was that we typically think of Forbes list and it's strictly monetary. Who's got the biggest bag, who has the most money, and that's it. So to think of and so to think of having an opportunity to be featured in Forbes as a Culture 50 champion, not just about anything monetary, but what the contributions are, the wealth of the contributions to the community and to the culture, that was really special. And at the time, Forbes the Culture was a part of Forbes, and there were people who were examining people around the country. I know at the time, Colin Kaepernick was also honored as a Forbes 50 champion. Telfair, who has the bags, was a Forbes Culture 50 champion at that same time. And it was really, to me, again, it was special because when you talk about the wealth of what you contribute to the community, that's what I'm all about. That's what I care about, is, creating a legacy of concern and a legacy of growth and intergenerational change for our communities. And, really setting that example, not just for people in the community at large, but for my children. I have 4. So we've talked about my sons, but I also have twin daughters. So I've got 4 children. And so really what I do in this community and the example I set is really important to me, and being honored for that contribution to the culture was really special.
Wow. Come on,
Thank you.
Forbes the culture or Forbes the culture.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Cool beans.
We need to take a toast in that one.
Uh-oh.
Anything to have a drink,
Oh.
Shay.
I got my
Anything to
water.
have a drink. You're right. Cheers.
Oh, wait, we got a question right here. So here, Isaiah Weaver from Tulsa, Oklahoma says, what is a step that an inner city teacher can take today to start something like that in their community? I think that might have been your comment you made right before we were talking about for the culture, I believe. Listen, and Isaiah, if you need to go back and restate your question a little bit, I'm sorry, I'm just not seeing that.
Okay, so I would say this, human capital is the most important when it comes to having a heart for starting anything. My programming was not funded. So it's important to note that I didn't have anybody swoop in and say, all right, here's all this funding for your youth programming and for your, Control Alt Delete program. It was something that I had a desire to do. And I had the power to say, hey, if you work in my office, you have to be involved with community relations. You don't have to be involved in every program that we do, but you have to be involved in our community work. And it will be during work hours. So there's no excuse. And we will clear your court docket and we will create an opportunity for you to engage. Not only because it's something that we owe the community, but it also helps the people who work in my office see the humanity in the people who we serve. So don't ever undervalue the power of human capital. So if you have a desire to do something, you start it with yourself. And then hopefully you have administrators in your school who are also committed to the same values. I know for me, it's easier to say just do it because I'm at the top and it is my administration. But before I was the elected Commonwealth attorney, I remember being an assistant Commonwealth attorney in the office, and I had a young lady who was interested in the law come and shadow me at work one day. And I walked her up to the elected Commonwealth attorney at the time and introduced her to him. And he didn't say, what are you doing? Like, why are you engaging with young people in here? He took the time to speak to this young lady. So, I want to believe that a lot of people are doing public service jobs for the right reasons, and hopefully your administrators are as well. But if you want to start something, let it begin with you. And my door is open as well. That's another thing. I engage constantly with young people, with other professionals in the law field. I engage with educators. I'm an educator as well. And so I am available on social media.
Hold on, go back. Wait a minute. You didn't let that slide through. Hold on, Stephanie.
I did. I'm an adjunct law professor at William and Mary Law School.
Listen, I'm gonna say this right now, Kevin. This is not an excuse for me to take a drink. Okay,
it is. It take your drink, and I understand. Y'all don't understand. I sit in my class every day, like showing them that you can be multiple professions at once. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm your teacher, but I'm still a politician. I'm still an artist. I'm still, So it's like to be able to see somebody that just like now I'm looking up to, like just in awe, like how my kids look up to me. I'm looking up to you, like.
All right, so wait a minute. I got a question from Instagram. Susie Sue 007 says, how will the change of administration and changes being made affect what you and the other inaugural champions are doing, or will it?
I'm an OG. So I will say this. I know I came in a little younger, but if you do the math in 2015, I've seen different times, having been elected to this position. This is not my first rodeo with this administration. And so there was what they called a progressive prosecutor wave or progressive prosecutor movement that took place, I think it may have started around 2016, 2017. I was in office before that. And when I first got elected, people who were not of the same mind that I am, they would pose questions like, well, do you want to be a prosecutor or do you want to be a social worker? And my response to that is, I'm going to be whatever I need to be in service of my community. So whether it's a social worker, a teacher, a mental health professional, a prosecutor, a librarian, whatever it is, I'm going to be whatever I want to be and whatever I need to be for my community. So the change in the administration, I'm going to continue to be a guardian for justice. That's not going to change. And again, this is not my first rodeo, and it's not my first time dealing with adversity, whether in this position or otherwise.
Woo!
I don't
Woo!
hear what y'all say. I'm taking another drink.
Please do. Wait, now, so again, Women's History Month, we are celebrating all things women of color, during this month. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for being here. I'm curious now. How do you balance?
Thank you.
Okay, no, Shane, you want to ask it?
I want to. I really want to.
Go ahead.
As a father with kids, and you got so much going on, because I got a lot going on too. But man, let me ask this question. How do you balance your career, community involvement, your personal life as a legal professional?
So compartmentalization is important. I don't believe in trying to be all things all the time. So when I go home and I'm around my children, I try to leave the issues from work at work. Now, my job is 24/7. Something can happen at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'll get a phone call. But I try to stay in the moment. And, I have 4 children. I try to spend individual time with my children. I go to the gym most days. I like to go every day. And it's really important to me that I recognize that I'm a whole person. So I value, the time spent making sure that I don't forget that I'm here, that while I'm trying to be all these things to different people and to my community, that I also have to be who I am first. So I compartmentalize as much as I can in a healthy way to do whatever I'm doing in the moment to the best of my ability and not worry about everything all the time. That's how we get overwhelmed. And I'm not saying that I have that completely mastered, but I really try my best to give myself the grace to do whatever I need to do for myself and for the people I love and for my community, but in a way that's healthy for me.
Listen, I want to let you know that there's a freshman at a student underscore Van Johnson 1. He said, I am a freshman at the illustrious gentleman, Clark Atlanta University. Find a way or make one. Come on, somebody.
Come on now.
And he said, I just want to sincerely say thank you for your time, commitment, and the community dedication to your work. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
This is my first week back, so I ain't trying to be overly emotional, y'all. But when I tell you, I haven't been so happy on this show like in a long time, and like talking to you has just literally have made my week. Like I can't
already.
We already like to just go through this week. Like y'all just don't know who I've talked to. Y'all don't know who just gave me advice. Y'all don't know who. That just poured into me, and I really appreciate that. Like I always tell people, I don't know it all right now, so I'm still learning. So it's like to be able to get this knowledge and just to see how you care for your community and how you lay down to help your community and be boots on the ground for your community. It's just genuinely inspiring, and it's just like it makes me know that I'm on the right path. So I truly appreciate you.
He said, I got my boots on the ground.
That boy was bust out and dancing a while ago.
Okay.
How can a young Black professional work towards meaningful change?
You have to, first of all, find, what feels right. Mm-hmm. Let me start there. Because, if we're just trying to create change and we don't know how or what feels right to us, it doesn't go the way we want it to go. So my first suggestion is find a way to contribute that feels right to you. So if you are an educator or if you care about mental health related issues, we don't all have to attack everything. There is so much opportunity for improvement, and we need non-incremental change. We need transformative change. So finding, number one, what is important to you is the first thing. And I guarantee you, whatever you are interested in, there is an opportunity for growth and change for our communities. and there is a way to get involved. And I will say this too. I engage on Instagram and in any way that I can with young people who are looking for an opportunity to grow and change. And as I said, I work with elected officials all over the country. So no matter where you are in the country, if you have an opportunity to get involved, I guarantee you there is someone that I can place you in touch with who can help you create change in your community. So I am more than happy to connect with anyone who would like to reach out, whether it is on Instagram, whether it's through my office. I am happy to facilitate whatever I can. But even if you don't reach out to me, think about internally what feels right to you and go and seek it out, whether it's a school, whether it's your social services. Go and seek it out, observe, see that it's a good fit, and then figure out how you can get involved after first determining what feels right to you.
Oh, come on, comment. Thank you for your unwavering service to the city of Portsmouth, Virginia. Okay. Woo, you have a sincere heart for our community. Come on, Tracy. Yes, thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
So I lived in Virginia. Well, I lived in Maryland for a long time, but went to school in Virginia, right?
Keep it cute. Better keep it cute.
Put your time out. As a matter of fact, make it exclusive. I mean, make it real exclusive.
And lived in Portsmouth because, you know, the Navy, of course, I'm active.
Yeah.
So, I'm down there. The hospital is down there, so I know the city pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
This question, I did a research before we got on the show, and I really wanted to ask because in your profession, right? There's approximately, a study was done 2023, late 23, and approximately 81% of lawyers were white, and roughly 5%, or I think 13%, somewhere around there, right, is black. And not going to go into the other ethnicities, but what do you think needs to change in the legal field to create more opportunities for black lawyers? You're there, you know what's going on, you boots on the ground. What can be done?
So first of all, we just have to pull young people in. That's it. And so my programming, I've had young people of, all races, but I have overwhelmingly had communities of color, and different organizations. So for example, we talked about me being on Hot Ice at Norfolk State and the Spartan Legion. Hot Ice has a foundation. I'm very proud of the fact that Hot Ice has a foundation called Ice for Life. And we pay dues, and we have young ladies there called Perfectly Pretty, and they engage with a number of things. They have etiquette class. But one of the things they do every summer is they come to my program. And, not that anyone is excluded, but all of the young ladies from Perfectly Pretty have all been young Black ladies who have had an opportunity to come in and see what it's like to be in my position. They go in a courtroom. Some of them have had an opportunity, if we have an open courtroom, to sit in the bench where the judge sits, and they will have a picture. If one of them becomes a judge one day, they will have a picture of them as a young person sitting in that seat, envisioning what it's like for them to be a judge in the future. So exposure is important. We have to ensure, number one, that our young people can envision themselves as the future of our criminal justice system and in the law. Because, if my mother had not taken me herself at a very young age to see what that court system was like, and I didn't get to envision myself as an attorney in the future, I don't know what I would be. I know I would be doing something amazing because I believe in myself, but she created that spark in me by taking me to see. So I think exposure is key. And then we have to, really create the conditions. When I was at Norfolk State University, I had an amazing professor. Her name was Allison Brownlee, and I just saw her in court the other day. She was an attorney. She talked to me one-on-one about what to expect in law school. I hope that our HBCUs are doing the same thing, sharing with our young people about the Socratic method and how things are taught in law school and how it differs from undergraduate. And, about curves. Some of the law schools are on curves. You can graduate from one law school and that school is on a C plus or a B plus curve, and then others you could potentially flunk out. So we have to arm and equip our HBCU students and everyone out of communities of color with the knowledge about what they're to expect if they're interested in careers in the law.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, again, you are watching the HBCU Man Cave, and we've been getting some exclusive content and conversations with attorney Stephanie Morales, a graduate, a proud graduate, and a queen. No, Miss Norfolk State University. Listen, I want to say, first of all, Shane, thank you for that question, because that you gave us that was a good one, brother. That was a good one. So now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Every week, you can get this exclusive kind of content. Why? Because I like to say, I want to just preface the fact I think that we all can be somewhat exclusively HBCU. Like, what? Where are you going with this? Kevin, like, he did it again. Again. Listen, you can discover a treasure trove of apparel and accessories celebrating the rich legacy of historically Black colleges and universities, from stylish sweaters to the Divine Nine collections to school-specific merchandise. Listen, you can go to the website at exclusively HBCU for your curated selections, and they let you wear your pride and heritage with a flair. Now, I need you to go to the website, explore some of their latest products, and join a community that honors and cherish the HBCU traditions. But don't just take it from me right here live. Let me also share with you this promo with some samples. Hey, everyone. Let me tell you about exclusively HBCU. They are more than your typical subscription box service. Their mission is to highlight and collaborate with other HBCU alums and entrepreneurs while providing opportunities and scholarships to current and future HBCU scholars. And did I mention they have a really great product line like this, and this, and even this. The company's aim is to bring awareness to HBCU's rich history and showcase why our alma maters are still relevant and essential today. Now, they want to continue their support by donating 10% of each sale to the United Negro College Fund by using the promo code UNCF at checkout. So go check out their website at www.exclusivelyyhbcu.com and grab you something nice for yourself or that HBCU student of yours. Better yet, sign up for the quarterly subscription box and use promo code UNCF at the checkout. And by the way, tell them that your Uncle Anthony. So tell them that your Uncle Anthony sent you exclusively HBCU. Use that promo code. Let somebody know. So Kevin, here's a question. How can someone get involved and advertise here on the show?
Well, thank you for that, Anthony. Do you have any questions for the host of the HBCU Man Cave show? Do you have any show ideas? Do you want to be featured here and advertise on Historically Black Sense Man Cave? Email us today at info@hbcusense.com. That's info@hbcusense.com with the subject line HBCU Man Cave advertisement.
Okay, got it. He got it. He got it.
He's been going for a couple weeks and like, let's go.
Oh, we forgot something though.
What?
Remember, our website is live now.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it in just a second. Let me, ladies and gentlemen, listen. We're not done. We're almost done. So, Stephanie, before we get out of here, we always do a segment and we call it Habari Gani. Habari Gani for us talks about, it's a Swahili word. It talks about what is the news or what is the good news that's happening in your world, in your space, in your place. So with that, we would love to be able to allow you to have an opportunity to share your Habari Gani with our listening and viewing audience, whether you want to shout out some family, your friends, your children, your husband, your co-workers, your sorority sisters. I didn't name it all, but then some.
Yeah.
But with all that said, boom. Stephanie, what's your Habari Gani?
Oh my gosh. So it's just overwhelmingly love all around right now. Right now, My children are just brilliant. All four of them, they are all individually just making me proud. I have spent so much time in community. I always do, but this week was just so heavy with youth engagement. I had the high school students at my office on Wednesday. I visited one preschool and read to the students on Thursday. On Friday, I took my entire office to an elementary school, and I mean attorneys, victim witness, and administrative professionals. And in the classroom with me, my two sons read in the classroom with me. And just the sense of community, the brilliance of our young people, the brilliance of my own children, I just felt love. It was just so beautiful. And, that's what I want to continue to carry me, is just that positivity and just watching the individual achievement for my children and just the brilliance of our young people in the community. And again, seeing them and how bright they are and just knowing they can literally become whatever they want to become. That's what inspires me to continue pushing for the positive change and the transformative change every single day.
Awesome sauce. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, this past week was Read Across America Day in many cities and communities. But just because you may have missed that doesn't stop you from still going to make an arrangement to go visit a school and read. Speaking of going to a school, let's check in with Kevin. What's going on, brother? What's your Habari Gani?
Oh, your transition's been eating all day. I just want to let you know. It's been eating. I would say a lot of good news coming down the pipeline. I will start off by saying, with Read Across America, I do have a children's book out, and I've been able to read to different kids and be able to share, the good graces of, what Black excellence look like. So has been amazing. Being able to just teach history all around, year round, just also makes me happy to be able to go into a classroom and say, okay, we're about to analyze this part of history. We're going to explain. Most of my class, especially when I teach U.S. history, is all trades back to like slavery and how we're still under, we're still incarcerated. And
oh Lord, have mercy. All right, we're gonna let Kevin get back to, he's having some it must be a storm or something. There's a storm out on the ocean and it's moving.
Listen, it's been a lot going on.
Not anchored in Jesus.
It's been a lot going on, but I do got some good news I do want to share.
Yes, come on.
I have a special announcement on April 19th that is going to be in Old Park, Michigan, and anybody who's close in the Michigan area, I would love for y'all to be there. It's a great announcement, and hopefully people know where I'm going with that announcement. But because it's going.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God. We know we got a special announcement later with Kevin on his April. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Shame. What you got? What's your good news, brother? What's your Habari Gani?
Man, what can I say? It has been a blessed week. And I just want to give God thanks for that. Definitely. First and foremost, I just started my book. So y'all didn't know that. I didn't tell y'all yet. But yeah, I did that. So look for that coming out soon. The title of it will be From the Dust I Rose. So that will be coming out. It's going to be mainly about my life in the military and coming through the military as a Black individual. And going into my school, I'm 40 something days away from just putting that DR at my name.
Yes.
So I'm working really hard at that right now. I'm just grinding these couple of last days. And so I'm really happy about that right now.
Awesome sauce.
Oh, I'm happy because I'm going to see you guys
in a couple weeks.
Oh, we do see each other in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm excited about that. Let's do it.
All right. So, I can't see it won't let me switch. Hello. There we go. There we come on. Technology. Yes. All right. So, my Habari Gani. Let's see. Besides the fact, first of all, Stephanie, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, HBCU Man Cave link is in our Instagram bio. So just in case if you want to connect with the HBCU Man Cave, you can find us linked within the HBC Historically Black Sense bio. Y'all, we got a page on the website too. Yes, we got a full official page on the website. So that's some of our good news. Again, you can check us out. You have a chance to meet Kevin and Shane and myself in Charlotte, North Carolina, March 21st, 22nd, 23rd. We will be right at the La Meridian Hotel Sheraton, right there with 500 South Tryon Street. So holla at your boy, but don't yell. I think we might even, for those who can, we might make a trip over to Johnson C. Smith University. We might be at Bojangles Coliseum. We might be at the Cigar Lounge. I don't know where we might be, but find us.
More information coming soon.
I know, right? Listen, my good news. Oh, listen. So, listen. I ain't got the PhD level yet, but just working on this principal licensure certification, all this kind of. I didn't realize I'll be done in May.
Come on now.
Yeah.
When is your graduation?
So I'll be done in May, right? And shout out to a particular school district, just to say that they start the fast track. They're like, oh, Anthony, we heard you're going to be done in May. Let's go on and get your paperwork ready. Let's go and put all the ducks in a row so we can make sure we put you in the candidate pool.
Come on.
Because there may be some principal and or assistant principal positions open for 2025-26 academic school year.
Come on.
Very good. Very good.
Come on now.
I was going to say, what now? Oh, yeah, you ready?
Come on.
You ready?
You ready?
Wow. Hey, but about what we do, how we do, when we do, make sure you go to our website at hbcusense.com. You can find more information about Historically Black Sense and especially the HBCU Man Cave. Again, thank you, Stephanie, for being here today and being our special guest for our Women's Month.
Thank you, brother.
To you, your endeavors, all of your work, your community service. I love the fact that everything was about service.
Yep.
To the people.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you that was the through line. Whether it was her job, her family, her give back to the institution, working with the children. It was the through line was service.
Yep.
Come on. I see you out here.
Come on now.
Thank you all. Thank you, brothers. Thank y'all.
Come on.
Energy is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, so everybody, so whether you are watching us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, make sure you always like, comment, follow, subscribe, share to all our people who've been watching us on the replay. I need you to be here live. Thank you so much to all of our regular viewers and some of our new viewers who joined us today. As always, I'm your boy, your uncle, your cousin, and your best friend. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the HBCU Man Cave, a safe space for men to relate, relax, and release. Until next time, stay strong, stay proud, y'all, and hey, stay black.
Stay black.